What's going on, guys? So quick little video I want to make here. Since hunting season is just in about 60 days or so, here in Oklahoma, hunting season starts October 1st. For archery is when it starts. So I am gonna start getting ready for hunting season, and one thing that gets ready is your broadheads, shooting arrows, getting everything fine-tuned, getting your bow in tune, your crossbow, whatever you're gonna shoot. This year, I'm gonna be shooting the Bowtech Invasion CPX. That bow was made in 2012. The specs on it, I like it. I've already shot it a couple times, but unfortunately the string on it, I found out, is no good. Don't mind the dogs back here in the background. They're out running around. So it's not bad. I really like it. I need to put a new string on it. So that's one of the things that's about that stuff, is the cost of the string. And then if you can't do it yourself, and like me, you got to go take it to somebody. But I must be taking it to the bow shop here pretty soon to get a new string put on it so I can start practicing. But this year I have a couple different broadheads I'm going to shoot. This one right here is a Muzzy HB TI. What it does is it comes into the deer, the animal, hits these, catches, and then opens up. And the blades on the Muzzies is really sharp. I like it. And this one right here, last year, I low light, getting late in the evening, had a good buck come out. Thought it was a lot farther away than what I thought. I thought it was 40 yards, it was about 30, and shot right over its back and actually buried this broadhead into a tree. And I went out the next day to go get it. And I knew I missed the deer. There wasn't no denying it. It ducked and I seen the arrow fly straight over. But this one actually launched into a tree, and there ain't nothing wrong with it besides a little bit of damage right there on the blade. I don't know if you can see it, but it's like right there by my fingertip. It's just a little bit of damage on the blade. Other than that, it's still really sharp. I have 3 of these, but I'm probably gonna shoot this one first, probably out of doe, to get some meat in the freezer to see exactly how it performs. Now, I got some different ones in from eBay, and it says Swacker on them, but what it is a knockoff brand of Swacker is what it is. But it's right here. And you can definitely tell it is not a Swacker. It does not have the length as a Swacker would, but these blades are really sharp. I took a piece of paper to one of the blades and I just held the broadhead and pulled it down and it sliced it. So for a cheap broadhead like this, I'm surprised it held a good edge. So I'm gonna test this out this year too to see exactly how well it performs. And if you go to eBay and you want to get some of these to test for yourself, on eBay I think I paid like 15 bucks for 12 of them. And I was like, that's not bad. Something to test this year, whether it's on, you know, for a trash arrow, you know, a broadhead that I want to shoot at different things, or I want to test at a deer this year, which anything's gonna kill a deer. It's just your shot placement. And the arrows I'm using this year are gonna be Bloodsport Hunter arrows. So not bad arrows. These arrows are 27 inches and my draw length is 29. Doesn't make sense. 29-inch draw, gonna have 29-inch arrow. All the time, it depends on where your rest sets. So if your rest sets a little bit farther back, you're able to shoot these smaller arrows. Unfortunately, this one is not going to be that heavy. I mean, it's going to be front weight heavy, but I'm thinking it's probably going to be no higher than 300 grains total weight for everything. Now, farther probably into hunting season, I am going to be getting some Amazon arrows. They're just bare shafts, but they're 11.8 grains per inch, which is a really heavy arrow. So those I'm going to have cut down to my length, and then I'm going to try to build some heavy arrow setups with them. So I'm gonna put a 150 grain brass insert in them to see exactly what the difference is from shooting a light setup to a heavy setup, and you see exactly what it takes to get that heavy setup getting and going. But I do know the lighter setup is gonna have more accuracy, but I'm not gonna shoot over but 40 or no farther than 60 yards. That's just my comfort range and my comfort zone. So I'm thinking that if I build me some good heavy arrow setup for my bow, then I will be able to use them for just about anything. And I've been watching a lot of videos out there. A lot of guys will tell you how to do stuff, how to, get a good arrow setup, and they tell you to go, they tell you to go light. They tell you to go field point accuracy to where you can just stick it in a bow, any field, yes, that's good for an extent. You can get, 150 grain mechanical if you want to, or 150 grain fixed plate. It don't matter. So your preference is up to you. But when it comes down to it, your lighter arrow setup is going to be more accurate than a heavier setup. But you can tune your heavy setup to where you shoot just as good. But I was watching, if you go check out the Ranch Fairies videos, he talks about him and the hunting public actually perform this test at 60 yards, light versus heavy, different setups, and you actually lose more kinetic energy with the lighter setup than you do with the heavy setup at that 60 yard mark, which is crazy because you wouldn't think that it is, because this is moving light, it's shooting fast. But how is it losing that much? I don't know it myself. I have no clue, but it's something that I would like to figure out exactly why it does what it does, and that's going to be a good, interesting factor. Plus, going and shooting it on animals and deer and stuff like that to see exactly how each one performs to the next. So it'll be a great head-on-head comparison to shoot through, and then also at the same time testing these lovely broadheads. And this one, it's no longer than probably 1.5 inches long. It is just small. And just take this little band off. Those of you who don't know, that band sits right here. That band sits right in that little groove. And when it comes in, it connects to these two, which are bladed, just a single bevel on one side and the other. And then it catches them and pops down. That's what it does. It opens up, and then it slice and turn at the same time. So anything within this wingspan is going to be cutting, which I believe it said that it's 1 inch and 1.75 on the inch for the cutting diameter, which isn't too bad. It's about normal for a lot of stuff, but I don't know. Out of these two broadheads, my favorite is probably going to be the Muzzies. Looks definitely go to Muzzies. Muzzy definitely got the looks for terms of how nice it is, especially after getting launched into a tree and still working just fine. Don't want the dogs are all over the place. But I don't know. I'm really curious to see exactly what's going to go on and how everything's going to play out this year. So look forward to more videos out there. Yeah, it's going to be a bit, of a walk through myself, trying to get everything straightened up, but I'm happy to take you guys along. Yeah, I think it'll be pretty good this year. But if y'all like the content so far, leave a like, subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, leave down in the comment section down below. And if you want me to see me do any other test videos with the Swhacker broadheads, because I have literally 11 more in the house that came in a package of 12 for 15 bucks. If you want to see me shoot stuff with them, see exactly how durable they are, or take a shot at, about anything, just exactly how durable it is, how sharp it is, to see what it does. I'll even go buy some ballistic gel and shoot it to see exactly, you know, if it opens up on contact, you know, as soon as it enters, or if it does like a swacker, it'll open up a little bit inside. So I'm curious to see all that stuff myself, and it'd be good to show you guys. I will be going to do some fishing here pretty soon. I'm gonna take you guys along with me. I'm probably gonna go set out some jugs that I made. I have a video on that. Go look for it and make yourself some homemade jugs versus just going out. I mean, you can make them all kinds of ways. I have a video on that and I talk about it. But thank you guys for tuning in to Snacks Outdoors. Catch you next time.